Great evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this week's edition of the Coach's Corner. My name is Nikhil Shea. I am one of the Diamond leaders on this team, and I want to just take a moment to share something with you. And I'm sure that this may resonate with some of you if you're honest with yourself. Some of you are so addicted to your pain that you can't realize your power. I'll repeat that again. Some of you are so addicted to your pain that you can't realize your power. I need for you to put down your pain, stop bleeding on people, stop bleeding on yourself, and move in your business. You have a wonderful opportunity. I need you to take advantage of it. Move from this place to get to the next level, because there's always another door. Remember that. There's always another door. The young man is going to bring the information to us tonight. He knows 100% of the facts. He loves to have fun. He is a motivational speaker, mentor, coach, documented seven-figure income earner in this industry. He has been in this industry for over 25 years. He loves to create success stories. And we definitely know if you follow the plan, you will be one of those stories. I'd like to present to some, but introduce to others, the master trainer and the coach, Mr. Sonic Jones. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear. First of all, thank you for that warm introduction. Getting all kind of love in the chat just by that that testament that you just dropped on everybody. I'm going to rewind back to that because you and I had a conversation maybe 6 years ago. And in that conversation, we talked about that very thing when I taught you there's always another door. Since you brought that up, can you explain to the people what that means to you?
That means that there's always access. It's not just for anybody, but if you work it, you'll always be able to arrive at another level. There's always more. It's more than what you see right now. It's more than what you're experiencing right now. There's always more. There's another level for you to go to and to aspire to. And if you use this as the vehicle to get there, then you can do that. You can set yourself free as well as your family, but it's up to you. It gives you, like American Express, you know, it's where everybody wants to be, but there's always a place that's exclusive. So don't just stay where you are. Go to the other level. There's always another door. So it's rights and privileges in the other door.
Wow. Right to privileges. Listen, we are blessed to have quite a few diamonds on this particular call this evening. As I look around, let me see. I'm just going to call some out. If I leave you out, by all means, let me know that I left you out and make yourself known. But I see Kenya on here. Congratulations. I see Seymour on here. Diamond. Elizabeth Harper. Diamond. Nakia Ray. Diamond. Who else? Who am I missing that I'm not catching? Dorothy Ridgway James. Diamond. All right. Anybody that I miss? Let's see. All right. So with that being said, let me speak to my diamonds just in relation to what Nakia said. It was for my diamond, and if y'all don't mind unmuting diamonds, we this is the conversation that I need to have with you. For those that got to that position, was it a stretch for you?
Yes, sir, it was.
Yes, it was for me.
Yes, okay. Sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Two of y'all answered. All right.
Yes, I was muted. Yes.
Yes, it was.
But you made the stretch happen. You did what was necessary, and you got to that position of diamond. How did it feel when you got there?
Oh, I was there.
Like a diamond.
Exactly.
Right. Excited.
Yeah.
It was a great feeling. It built up confidence in me that I can go further.
Mm-hmm.
A stone, good stuff. Well, now let me ask you this. Well, let's have this conversation. You do know that in Gold Desana, because we're all diamonds in Gold Desana. Nobody is the diamond in NHBN yet. Let me
Yet.
Yet. That's on this call. For those of us that hit diamond and go to sauna, even though on the rank chart, there's not another top level, do y'all understand there's still another door?
Yes.
Tell me about the door.
Yes.
This is what Nakia was referring to. First of all, if you're and this is no slight or disrespect to anybody, but if you're a $2,000 diamond, you do know there's a $5,000 diamond door, right? If you're a $20,000 diamond, you do know there's a $50,000 diamond door.
Yes.
If you're a $50,000 diamond, you do know there's 100, 150, and a 350, and a $500,000 diamond door. There's always another door. So when you think that you've arrived, I'm just letting you know, there's always another door.
Always.
Oh, yes.
Level of access.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I want you to really have that in your mind, because the goal doesn't stop just because you hit a position. By the way, that just means you just arrived.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if
Yep.
you think that it's the end of the journey, you're missing out on a lot. I'm just going to let you know. That is the beginning of leadership, ladies and gentlemen. And leadership is what it's about in this business, in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's about leadership and it's about duplication.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of that, it's about servant leadership. That's where your true gifts come in. Being a servant leader, because there's a difference between being a leader and a servant leader. And so I want y'all to all understand that whether you're a diamond or not, you should have your goals set.
Mm-hmm.
You should understand that even when you reach that particular goal,
There's another level.
still another level. There's still another room. There's still another room. You want to put yourself in the position of being in the rooms of giants.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to control the rooms that you're in. I just want you to know that. You get to control. There's a lot of times, look, I'll personalize it, because y'all know, I'm transparent to a T sometimes, where I get people that get mad at me. You shouldn't have. Oh, well. You also know that I don't really care, Kenya, right? But
That's right.
I just hummed.
hey, listen, that was quite a hum that you did. Right? But there's times when we all will feel like people are not giving us a seat at the table. Anybody ever feel like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And just because you get to diamond don't mean you still get a seat at the table. They still don't treat you the same. They still don't give you the same attention or the same privileges. And so I'm going to encourage you, for those that feel like that,
Mm-hmm.
make your own table.
Make your own.
Right.
Okay.
I love it.
I love that.
Oh, wow.
Make your own table.
Mm.
You
And my
don't,
haters is my elevator.
you don't leave with nothing else tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Your own table.
I want you to leave with make your own table. Get comfortable creating your own table, because guess what? As that true servant leader, you need to mentally understand there ain't even going to be room for all of your people that you're bringing up at their table, but you can have room at your table.
Oh, yes.
I
So
love
get
it.
the mindset, ladies and gentlemen. Get in the right mindset. Understand there's always another room. There's always another door. There's always another level. Thank you so much for bringing that to our attention tonight, Miss Nakia O'Shea. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know, she's one of the most integral parts of the team and my life. And she contributes in ways y'all have no idea. And Nakia, I hope you're ready to make your own table as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I said that tonight I wanted to get into dealing with things that you may have going on. Instead of just giving you a normal, which I guess maybe we kind of did just kind of do some training, right? But it was spur of the moment and it was off the cuff, but it was probably necessary for some individuals. And again, as I spoke earlier, when I speak to y'all, I speak to myself. But that being said, I've been getting phone calls and text messages from some of y'all, and it's been on an individual basis where we've been dealing with situations. And I know in my heart, because sometimes I'll get the same call from different people. I'm like, there's more than one person that's dealing with different things.
Mm-hmm.
Person that's having issues or having questions about something. And so I wanted to take this week's time at the Coach's Corner to go into some of those things and bring to the table, no pun intended, things that you may be having questions with or dealing with or suffering from or whatever the case is, and let's address it as a group. This way, if there's other people dealing with those same situations, same problems, same roadblocks, maybe it's going to help more than just you. And I want to give you an opportunity to raise your hand in the group. I want to call on you guys and let's kind of take some issues one by one while we have a little bit of time tonight. But I'm going to start by saying that I got a call from, and I knew I should have wrote this down. I took more time, and again, I'll admit it in transparency. I took more time trying to prepare for a team meeting that I was doing tonight, preparing for the Coach's Corner. But and it was because I was hoping that those who had those issues was going to be on this call. I know that not everybody is on this call. They're going to miss out as well. But that being said, I've been getting a few calls dealing with somebody who has been just getting rejected. And we really needed to work on what they were saying. And last week, we went over some things that you can say. We went over elevator pitches. And again, you're not going to always tell by those calls who's not on my calls, right? But I'm hoping that y'all are getting what you need from these calls. But that being said, this is the time to really kind of deep dive. And so I'm going to volunteer the first person. And that is the one and only Miss Stephanie Warren Jenkins. And that's because she probably brought this issue up, this situation to me 12 times in the last 24 hours because she's just so excited to get it out to y'all. And I'm like, no, wrong call. Let's get it. So Miss Stephanie, if I can get you to unmute yourself, and let's talk about something that you've been dealing with that I'm pretty sure you're not the only person dealing with some things. So let's have some conversations in front of everybody.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the situation I had and the one that really got to me yesterday, I was a little kind of nervous, scared too. Okay, so anyway, I was making my list. I was calling people. I was texting and inboxing a script.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the script I was sending to my followers and these thousands of people I have on my friends list. They were not like people close to me, individual, or the word my hot market. So when I discussed it, I found out
Wait a minute.
that, oh, okay, no. Okay, not yet. Okay, you want me to tell you about the call? Because I did make the call. Okay.
Well, no, we didn't even get to that. So
Okay.
let's just kind of give everybody some background. So
Okay, go ahead.
So Stephanie was sending out a bunch of messages, which first of all, let me throw the flag up, pause and say congratulations. Because number one, what I heard you did was you took action when a lot of people don't even take action, right?
Right.
Say there, yeah, I'm making a list. I'm gonna reach out to people, and they never do it. And I always tell people, I tell people, you don't get this from other coaches. I'll take responsibility for what I teach. I teach high touch over high tech. I teach you reach out and talk to somebody, not just send messages. There's something very powerful about Lorena and I having a conversation versus me throwing something on a text, and she may translate it differently than I intended, right? So I always encourage picking up the phone versus just sending out mass messages to individuals and different things like that. However, the fact that you did take some action, Stephanie, I gotta applaud that, because not everybody's even doing that.
Thank you.
That becomes one of the hardest things to do. So congratulations on that. But you started sending out some messages to individuals with the script that you had learned from us. And do you have an opportunity do you have the script in front of you to share what you said?
Yeah.
Because I want everybody to really get a good idea of what this situation is and what may have gone wrong.
Okay. Facebook Messenger. Here we go. It says hello to a person. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, because I blocked them. Okay, here's one. Hi to the person's name. Hope all is well. I just relaunched my own online health and wellness store. If I sent you my website link, would you do me a favor and support my business by placing a one-time trial order for anything on the website? Can I count on you?
Okay. Now, how many people have heard this script or variation of this script before? Anybody? Okay.
Yes.
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 How many people have used the script or variation of this script before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It works.
Variations, yes.
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 Great. First of all, congratulations to all of y'all. That means you've been taking action. Now, Stephanie, let me know what the result, what was the reply back to that message from this particular individual?
It was,
You ain't even pull up.
what's the name of the product?
No, that's not what you shared with me. Right?
Send the link.
Well,
sent them the link, and
yeah.
and then they
Okay,
said,
no, I'm okay. Yeah.
wanna-
I didn't tell you that part. That was before he said,
okay,
let's chat. Okay, so it was, what's the name of the product? So I said, here's my link.
okay,
And then I didn't hear anything. So I said, hello, just a quick follow-up. Any questions on the product?
mhm.
Then they said, we can chat when you like. Here's my number.
Got it. So let's pause really quick. So you came to and you like, Coach, A, I'm a little confused on this. B, I don't really feel comfortable just chatting with this person,
Right.
everything else. And that's fine. And so as I begin to try to problem solve and figure out, I asked you how you knew this person, right? And what was your response?
He was a follower.
Okay. So did you know him?
No.
No.
No. Now, my response to you was, well, we figured out what went wrong, because that script is designed for your hot market.
Yeah.
That script is something that we usually use when we're doing the challenge at the boot camps and different things like that. When we're calling people up, we're reaching out to them and asking them for a favor. And listen, if I share my link with you, would you do me a huge favor, support my business, and make a purchase, try a product, whatever the case is, right? Again, any variation of that. And that script usually works very well with your hot market, because your hot market are usually quick.
People you know and love.
We're gonna get into that, right? But they're usually quick to support you. Your hot market really, I described it when I'm training and teaching. I call them your 4 a.m. friends, right? If you got stuck on the highway at 4 a.m., who could you call? That's your hot market, right?
Hot market, yes.
If me and Clarence been road dogs forever, and we don't been to each other's house, we don't took each other's kids to different places, and I call Clarence and I'm like, Clarence, I'm in the For those of you that are watching and recording, you should have been here live because you couldn't see it. The only way that you can view it is to be on this call live. Right. But Clarence is my boy. I call him up and I ask him for a favor. I don't watch Clarence kids. I don't help him move and everything else. And I asked Clarence to help me out with a $25, $50 purchase. Clarence is going to make that happen for me. That's what that script is designed for. You have no clue who this person is. This person has no clue who you are. This is your cold market. There's no relationship. There's no incentive for your cold market to do you a favor and really try a product from you, where they don't know anything about you. They don't know anything about your business. They don't know anything about your products. So I told you, I can say, you know what? I can understand why they may want to chat. They probably got some questions, right? And so,
rightfully so.
My response to you was, I first of all, I understand your hesitancy and wanting to chat. However, if it was me, I would pick up the phone because you invited it. I'm not afraid of the business. I'm not afraid and you never know what it can turn into. Some of us, and sorry, Kathy, I just looked at the camera and saw you just looking at this camera, smiling as hard as you could be, Kathy, and it just threw me off. I absolutely love the smile. Sorry, my bad. We go unconventional tonight. Oh well, all right. But you never know what can happen from any particular. I'll stop looking at your picture, Kathy. Any particular conversation, you never know where that conversation may actually lead you, Stephanie. More importantly than that, I've talked to you guys about something we call, I almost said gold digging. Oh my gosh. I just lost. But when you're going from level to level, looking for your leaders.
Tap rooting.
Tap rooting. Thank you, Nakia. See, I was hoping some leader was smart enough to correct. Okay. Tap rooting. We've had many conversations about tap rooting. And so watch this, Stephanie. It may not even be that person, but that person may lead you to somebody, or they may lead you to somebody that leads you to somebody that leads you to the next Nakia O'Shea, that leads you to the next Kenya. You just don't know. And so technically, from a business standpoint, you got nothing to lose. I talk to some of y'all, I call y'all don't have me locked into your phone and you don't answer the call. And then when I hit you back and I'm like, hey, why did you answer my call? Oh, I don't answer calls and I don't know who they are. You missing out on the world. You sitting there scared of bill collectors when there ain't nothing to hang up with a bill collector. That was your next diamond and you ignored the call because you didn't recognize the number. Stop that, y'all. You are in business.
Right, lock it in.
Coach, remember I had you blocked.
like some of y'all have these notions in your head and these preconceived. Look, I ain't picking it up.
I answer. They don't say nothing. I hang up.
Okay.
I mean, they ain't saying nothing.
Do a live countdown there. I'll be like, hello, expert, how can I help you? And it'd be nothing. I go 3, 2, 1. And I put the phone down. I'm done. But what if I didn't answer the call and it was somebody that saw a magnet on my car, somebody that picked up a drop card, somebody that saw my business card, somebody that got a referral from somebody else that I really helped and they were trying to get some, but I ain't pick up the phone call because I ain't recognized the number. Y'all are throwing money away by doing activity like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought it could be somebody, a bill collector. Okay, look, you got the power. Hang up the phone. You don't want to talk to him. Hang up the phone. But don't shoot yourself in the foot because you got a little fear. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So, Stephanie, I invite the conversation. You gonna challenge me? I would like to chat. Bet, say no more. Yeah, and you gave me your phone number? I'm calling. What I'm worried about? Oh, you gonna hit on me because it was somebody from the opposite sex? Again, I got the power to hang up. I got the power to block. I got all that power. But I got the power to handle my business as well. So don't ever run from a phone call or a chat because you never know what can come out of it. However, the reason that the script did not work for you, the reason why you got that response is because that script was designed for cold market and that was not your, for hot market, and that was not your hot market. That wasn't even your market.
I called.
Okay. I'm scared to do this. Lord have mercy.
So he said, can we chat? Okay, so I told him I'll be available in an hour or whatever. And it was like, wrote back, great. So I called and he said, hey, this is Mike. I said, hi, this is Stephanie. I'm returning. He's like, let me call you right back. I said, okay, I only got a few minutes. So I got another call I got to make. So they called right back and he said, so, hi. I said, hi. You got questions for me. You wanted to know about the business because I could tell he had not even looked at my link because if he had he would have seen the name of the company. Well, that was what he asked. What's the name of the company?
Mm-hmm.
So I told him, and he's like, oh, I know all about that. I know all about that company. Yeah, she claiming everything is all natural. I said, you know what? Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day. Blink up, because you're not finna bad mouth the company that I'm with.
Power of the end button, power of
the end and the block.
Power of the block. Right?
But I just felt, I really had this feeling that it was BS. The chat. I just felt it in my soul, because for you to say, your first question was, what's the name of the company? I gave you my link.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, by the question he's asking, you can tell he hadn't did his due diligence.
Right, but then he's gonna try to downplay, our CEO and our formulator. I was like, nope, thank you very much for your time. Blink up. Yeah.
And people that do that are doing it for a certain reason.
They broke.
And a lot of times people are going to try to, they want to get in your head to see where you are, what you're doing, and bring you over to what they're doing as well. So I want you to be aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good because, again, and I'm saying it was good because, again, we get lessons out of everything. And what you don't win from, you get to learn from. Right. And in this case, we all kind of get to learn from. Now, I saw Charlotte put in the chat. Charlotte, why are you not talking to us today? Charlotte put, I prospect the scammers too.
I love Charlotte. I swear I do.
You get phone calls from people and
that's a good one.
Yeah, they're trying to sell her something, and the kid will turn it around on them and be like, that was pretty good the way you did this, but I actually train people on such and such. Let me show you what you should have done. And you're really good at what you're doing. You ever thought about making some additional money on something? The kid does that all the time with these people. So y'all stop being afraid of these phone calls that come in because you don't recognize the number.
But I never thought of that.
Yeah, they're taking your time. They're taking your time. That's something you can't get back. So if I give it back to them, at least it's not in vain. And I have actually gotten a sale that way. So you dialing me.
Do you have like a script that you have, or just off the top of your
cuff? I have an amazing coach, so it's off the cuff.
I hope you talk about me. No. But no. But now that being said, but Stephanie, I want you to understand the reason why that particular script didn't work in this scenario is because it wasn't designed. That script is designed for Hot Market, and that it wasn't designed for them.
And you know what, Coach? And so I started hitting up my Hot Market today, like my family that I thought would never ever. Why? I think I got so far 3 orders today from. They was like, yeah, shoot it to me.
Yeah.
Sounds like, okay.
And let me tell y'all this.
Your Hot Market will normally support you if you're reaching out and you let them know that you're launching a business, especially if you supported them in the past. I've had that happen. And I keep that in my, when you copy and paste it, I pin it. I keep it pinned because, I may use it at any particular time. I don't never know when I'm going to need it. So that's in my my arsenal. I keep it in there.
Absolutely. I forgot what I was going to say. So
I know, right?
I'm sorry, Coach.
Listen, my ADD kicked in class, and it's a wrap, y'all. And I've been up
too.
On. So this ain't cute for me right now. But Stephanie, what was the last thing you said? Do you remember?
I'm 70 years old. Come on now, Coach.
She started calling her family and friends on the hot market list.
Janice,
and she got 3 orders.
All right, there we go. So here's the thing. A lot of y'all are not even making the calls. You're not making a list like I've told. You're not doing it.
Prejudging.
Now watch this, Stephanie. That was 3 family members that you called today. How sick would you have felt if all of a sudden Marcus or Tiara or Miriam welcomed them in one of our chats or groups, and you purposely did not call? Like, I'm telling y'all, like y'all got to get over this. I don't want to call them, or I'm not going to put them on my list, because those you think will won't, and those you think won't will. But at the same time, it's going to drive you bananas when somebody else talks to them, recruits them, when somebody else talks to them and gets them to purchase from them. You be like, you got to purchase from me. Like, you ain't tell me nothing.
You're right. You're so right. Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
Tommy just put in the chat, if you don't prospect them, someone will.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So good stuff. Thank you for sharing that with us, Stephanie. And I hope some other people got something from that as well. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about, or questions, problems, or roadblock, or anything that you've been dealing with? Now's the time to get it out.
Well, you was going to bring up the other question I had too about what was it now? I done forgot.
I got it. I know what it is.
Okay.
But again, look, we talked earlier in the team meeting about, throwing up and see who's going to run the play. And I just want to see who's going to start asking some questions and take us out.
I'll ask questions all day long. Okay, come on.
Good. And I appreciate you. So here's another thing that, that we spoke about, ladies and gentlemen. When we start talking about people talking to I'll just label it prospects as a customer, right? Asking them to, try the products, use the products. Would you like to try this, or different things like that? And they get a no from them. And when you get a no from them, first of all, let me be clear, based on all the other trainings that I've taught you, it's perfectly fine. We're all adults. It is okay. Now, tap back in. That being said, you get a no from them about, no, I don't need the product, I don't try the product or anything else, and you just spoke to them about the product, and now later you want to go back to them and ask them to be a business partner. Well, if they told you they don't want nothing to do with your products, do you really think you got a good chance of making them a business partner?
No.
Absolutely.
No.
So you've shot yourself in the foot as far as now trying to grow your business by bringing somebody in and talking to them about money. Well, what is it you're doing? I'm doing to help them understand. Now, I've always taught, and I always will teach, a method that I came up with called RCR. I've mentioned this to you all in the prior training, but I'm going to go over this again. RCR, if you got a pen or paper, my suggestion is write this down, because this has saved my butt on so many different opportunities and times where if I would have went a different route, I would have got a different result. RCR means when I talk to somebody, I talk to them about the business first. I talk to them as far as being a recruit first. That's the R, first R. I'm going to attempt to recruit you first into the business. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to say yes or no, because that is your right. Right? I'm going to talk to you about being a business partner first. And if you say, no, I'm not interested, or no, I got all the money in the world, I don't need that, or no, I'm already retired, I got my time free, or whatever you want to say no to, again, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to then switch and then bring that C, and I'm going to ask you to become a customer. I get it. Not everybody wants to make extra money. Not everybody's looking for some time freedom, and I totally respect that. But based on our relationship, if I sent you my link, would you do me a huge favor and support my business by making the one-time? But now I'm going after them as a customer. I already got them as no, I don't want to be a business partner. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, cool. Based on our relationship, would you do me a favor and support me? Now, usually I'll get a yes. Support you, but I ain't trying to recruit. I ain't trying to be no salesperson. I don't believe in that. Because we got those people. Anybody run into those people before?
All the time.
It's okay, because y'all don't understand. The world revolves on salespeople. Everybody you know is a salesperson in every business. My barber is a salesperson. But my is a salesperson, but we're not going to go into all of that right now. So RCR, I talk to them as a recruit first, then I talk to them about being a customer. And if I still get a no, then I'm going to ask them for referrals.
Mm-hmm.
That's the third, that's the second R, the third letter, right? So recruit first, then customer,
Customer,
then I'm
then
asking for referrals.
referrals. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Got
so,
it.
if I get no, I'm not interested in making no extra money, or no, I don't want to be a salesperson, no problem. I totally get that. I respect that and understand. Would you do me a favor though? Just based on our relationship, because I'm in the middle of a contest, or I'm going for my next promotion, or I'm this close. Your support would mean the world to me. Whatever it is, if I can get you to place a quick $25 order, $50 order, based on man, listen, Tommy, out of everything that we've been through, based on our relationship, I get that you're not interested in making some extra money. But listen, man, would you do me a huge favor, support my business, and make a $25 offer? I mean, I know our relationship is worth at least $25, right? However you want to word it, I'm going after them as a customer. Then, if Tommy tells me no, I say, no, you know what? No problem, Tommy. I totally appreciate you. You don't need better health. No problem. But here's the thing. I am in the market on saving some lives. I am in the market right now where I'm positioning 3 to 5 individuals that does want to make an extra $1,000 a month. And so if you happen to know anybody that can use some extra money, or if you want to flip it and go the customer route, if you happen to know anybody that's suffering from any kind of ailment, would you give me the opportunity to be a blessing in their life and help them?
Mm-hmm.
That's for the referrals. Now, I teach you live stuff. I see you, Clarence. I teach you live stuff that I use. Those are my words I usually get people with. Would you allow me to be a blessing in someone else's life? I purposely choose those words for a reason, and I've had a lot of success with those words for a reason. I'm giving y'all the goods. I really shouldn't give up on my good stuff right now, but you got it live tonight. Okay, so that's what I do. That's what I teach. RCR. I go in that order because I know if I ask you to be a customer first and you tell me no, I got no chance of getting you into business. But if I ask you to be a business partner first and you tell me no, I do still have a chance on having you become a customer. And watch this. You can become a customer. You can start having success from using a product and later become a business partner.
Mm-hmm. My son did that.
A bunch of referrals. If you're one of those people, I refuse. I'm never going to sell. But man, I done lost 20 pounds on that Slimmer Pro and everything else. And I know some other people that's overweight and want to lose some. Send them to me.
Mm-hmm.
When I take it out of order, I don't get the same results.
Mm-hmm.
Experience. So I teach what I've had experience from. All right, Mr. Clarence, you got a hand up, sir.
I was waiting for you to hit this point, but you didn't. After those 3 no's, I think the pitch that I would have given them then was, well, in the future, if you decide to place that one-time order, I'm gonna definitely give you a blessing on your second order. I'm gonna give you a $25 gift certificate towards your second purchase.
This is your business. That's totally your call to do that. That's perfectly fine. But if you and this is me talking, if you tell me no, I'm okay with accepting no. And I tell people all the time, watch this. I could take a yes, I could take a no, but a maybe just won't do, right? So
right.
We're taking your no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I put it down. See again, and I did this training, and I gave y'all access to printing out a list and everything else, where you can write the results down. And I will write down, Clarence said no on this date and everything else. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I know I can go back in a month, 3 months, and do that follow-up, because the fortune is in the follow-up. And I know things change in people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Some of y'all may have been approached about this business more than one time. You just don't know. Everybody doesn't say yes the first time. In fact, when in sales, they say it takes the average person 7 exposures to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
So So stop quitting. Stop, oh my God, it's the end of the world. When you get a no, it's okay. Check mark.
Yeah.
No, check mark. That's the second no. It's okay. You may get to a person 4, 5, 6 times and they're like, I'm so tired of hearing about what is it that you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Married
I'm
to
so
the
glad you asked
process
that question,
without
right?
the prospect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And with your people, with respect to their decisions, though, I'm not going to hit you next month. Excuse me, I'm not going to hit you next week or the next day and ask you again. I'm going to give you some time. And then in that time period, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let you see the success. I'm going to start posting about, oh my gosh, look at, Tina Stone just got promoted, or oh my gosh, look at this person just hit $1,000, or this person hit. I'm going to put, and then when I hit you back in a month or 2 months or 3 months, you've been watching me because they're always going to watch.
Yeah.
They're always, and by the way, they're watching to see you fail.
Yes.
Yep.
They're
They want you to
watching
fail.
to see if you quit. And you know what you're never going to see? You're never going to see me quit.
That's right.
And you're never going to see me fail. So I'm just going to keep posting positive stuff, even when it's not on my team. I'm going to say, man, the team is on fire. It ain't going to be my people.
Yeah.
Tommy,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
you promoted the
That's good
diamond.
stuff.
The team is on fire. And I'm just going to let those haters, those no's, and everybody else
No.
the continued success that we've been having. And so when I go back and follow up, man, I saw such and such hit $1 million. Man, I saw you got broke 2 or 3. I don't even know what a platinum is, but man, I just saw you posting about it. Okay. Fortune is in the follow-up. Queen Charlotte, talk to me. You got a hand raised. Educator.
I do.
Hey.
Is it okay if I let you know what I have said to a scammer?
Absolutely. Talk to us.
Okay. Everybody wants to buy my house because I know they want to put a subdivision up here, but it ain't happening. So they've offered me almost $250,000 for my property. I still say no. So every day I get a phone call from some mortgage company wanting me to use my HELO or something and just offer me money. I said, I don't need your money. You can invest it. I said, are we on a recorded line? And they are saying yes. I said, well, I don't want to talk on a recorded line. My number is 404-825-7201. When you get on a personal, as a matter of fact, give me the phone number to the number that you're going to call me from so I can answer. I said, because I don't want to talk on this line. Bye. Do you know I've gotten 5 calls back?
Yeah.
They text me to give me their phone number from the number they're calling me from. And this one lady said, well, Charlotte, how come you didn't want to talk on the recording line? I said, because I didn't want to talk about what you called me for. Your customer service was so outstanding, girl. I said, you know what? I couldn't resist you. So I wanted to talk to you one-on-one, so that I can know a little bit about you. You're asking me all my personal business, and I'm talking to somebody on the phone that I don't even know. And you can be a scammer scamming me, asking me my personal business. So I wanted to talk to you on a private line to find out how your life is going. Is things working well for you? Do you like your job? How long you been at that job? And she said, what do you do? And I said, well, I'm retired military, but I have an online business that I'm doing very well from. She said, well, what is your business? I said, how interested are you in making some money? Or how is your health? And this lady told me about her mama, her grandmama, her aunt, her sister. They got this and that and stuff. I said, I got something for that. He said, well, we need to chat. Can I call you back when I get off work? And she did. and she placed $150 CV order. 100 about well, no, it was about $150.
Probably
It was
100
160.
CB. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I do crazy stuff like that. If they talking with a Japanese accent, I'll bonjour, and they'll say pardon. I say qu'est-ce que c'est? You know, I do stuff like that to get them off the phone. But I get calls all the time, and like this one man, he want to do some security work, you know, change your plan that you got and we'll pay them out and everything.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
are you talking to me on a secured line? Well, I don't want to talk to you on a secured line. My number is 404-825-7201. You can call me on a private line, but text me the number that you're going to call me from or let me know now. But I got to go. Talk to you later. That's what I do. You know, I'm just being for real. I'm being honest in that I try to control the way that I talk to people, but I talk to them like I've been knowing them all along.
Mm-hmm.
Back to you, Coach.
Oh, I'm in with that. I love when you get to share with us and teach and educate, because you're like me. You speak from the heart. You speak from experience, and I do the same thing, and that's why the kid be doing that with people. Now look, when I don't recognize the number, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll pick up the phone and I'll do what you did. I'll do a different like an accent or something. I'll act like a woman. I'm like, hello. You know, I do all kind of things. But yeah, but I'll still talk. Oh, how's your hair? You know, but I still go that same route. But I like to have fun with it, and that's part of the key that I really want y'all to get. Have fun with this business, y'all. This is our opportunity to really shine, grow, teach, educate, have fun with this thing. And when you start having fun, you'll really start making the type of money that you really want to make. Miss Katrina King, honored to have this hand up. What's going on, Miss King?
Hi. I just want to say that I like the RCR approach, but sometimes you don't meet people that you can recruit. Like, for an example, today I was in the grocery store and I saw a lady that I hadn't seen in a while, and she noticed that I lost a little weight, and she was asking me what did I do, and I was telling her about some of the products, and she was immediately interested in some of the products because she got a big stomach and she wanted to lose weight and get that gut down. So I immediately started talking to her about the products and gave her my website. Now I couldn't go back and recruit her as a recruiter because she had approached me about losing weight. That was her first thing. So I guess I'm trying to say it's hard to go back to recruit somebody after they asking you about weight loss or other problems that they're having. You can't really go back and say, well, you should join my business because I mean, I guess it is a way that you
You look
can
for
go
ways
back.
to make extra money.
So
Yeah,
let me address.
Or
Let me
a
address
way
that.
that you don't have to pay for your products on a monthly
yeah.
basis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people I noticed that they're quick to say, like, I did a one-on-one with someone yesterday. Actually, my mail lady, we were talking and I was showing her the plan. And she was quick to say, I don't sell. I'm not a seller. I don't talk to people like that. That's one of their biggest things. They said they
Yeah,
don't
but I
sell,
bet
even
they
though I
done
told them
shared the
it's not
restaurant they
selling, it's
ate
just
at.
sharing, sharing products with
Mhm.
other people. But they're quick to say that I'm not a seller. I could never do that.
Yeah,
So how do
they'll
you
tell you
approach
about a
people that
movie they
say,
saw. About a movie
Next,
yeah,
they
that's what,
saw, or a
next.
restaurant they ate at. Girl, you need to go eat at that restaurant. They don't get paid for helping them
exactly.
rich people that's already rich. So yeah, I come back with, oh, you never referred somebody to a restaurant or referred somebody to go see a
Mhm.
movie. Yes, it's
To a
you call it what
physician.
you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
but you
Mm-hmm.
just sold somebody.
Let me address a few things before my old mind forgets some things. Katrina, I want to go back to what you said. There's a difference in me teaching you RCR versus what the scenario that you gave. In your scenario, the person came to you and was asking you questions about something in particular. And what you did was another thing that I teach was find a problem and solve it, and find a hurt and heal it. So this person came to you and you began to solve the problem with the products. And that in turn was making them a customer. That's perfectly fine. You did exactly what you were supposed to do. But it does not mean that you can't go back and later talk to this person about the business. Few ways that I personally address situations like this. Number one, somebody mentioned it. They talked about, hey, listen, man, you've been buying products, you've been having success. Interested? Would you be interested in finding out how you can get your products for free? That's one thing. The other thing that I do is, sorry, I told you my brain was going to start forgetting stuff. And talking to the person when I have a customer, I will go back and I will do my follow-ups. Hey, and I teach, like the 3 to 4 week follow-up system. Week 1, hey, calling to make sure, you got your products and everything else, following up. The second week, hey, wanted to make sure that you were taking your products. Are you using them consistently like you said you would? Excellent. Yes. Follow up to week 3. And then, when I'm getting to that 4th week follow-up, now it's about getting them to reorder, right? You should, 30-day supply, you should be pretty much out of your, stuff. Having the success that you wanted with it, yes. Let's get you on a reorder. I talk to them about auto ship and different things like that. And then I'll start asking them, my company actually pays people to share their success stories, the success that you're having. Would you be interested in learning how to get paid? By the way, what I neglected to mention is I collect testimonials. So I tell people all the time, that are customers, I'm going to be following up with you because I collect testimonies. I don't convince people. I don't sell. I share my story, and I collect testimonials from those, that decide to use the products. And so in collecting a testimonial, they're telling me, yeah, I don't lost X amount of weight, or yeah, my headaches are gone. Thank you for that lavender eye. Whatever their story is, whatever the testimonial is, my company actually pays people for sharing their testimonies like this. Would you be interested in finding out how to get paid for doing exactly what you just did for me, or just sharing your testimony? I'm collecting the decision, yes or no. So don't say that you can't go back to somebody that's a customer and ask them to be a business partner. There's many ways that you can do it. And I want you to start exploring those ways, because a lot of people here started out as customers.
Yeah. I did. Yep. As a customer.
Right? There you go. So yes, clearly it happens, and it's very, very common. Okay, but when I was teaching RCR, that's when I'm going through a list. When I'm talking to people, when I'm reaching out, I'm talking to you about the business first. Then I'm asking you to be a customer. Then I'm asking for referrals. You coming to me with a problem, my job is to problem solve. Make sense? Difference?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. And then something else you said, but now I can't remember what you said. And I know Tommy.
I forget.
Tommy's gonna say exactly what I was gonna say. So go ahead, Tommy. What you got, bro? And we're gonna get ready to end this.
Well, I don't know if I'm qualified to say exactly what you were going to say, but I will say this.
You are.
I did a post the other day talking about what people be talking about, but they're not doing what they're talking about. Right. So one of the things that I love to harp on and teach is conversation ethic and protocol. Most people do not listen when they're in a conversation. They're just waiting for their turn to talk. So they're not really absorbing information. So we can't be like that. We have to listen to what it is they're saying. They're going to tell us what they need. Do they need time? Do they need money? Do they have a hurt that needs to be healed? We're not just supposed to wait for them to talk and just go puke on them. Oh yeah, we got some for that. Here's my link. Check it out. Get back with me. That don't work. Listen and be the problem solver. So I guess maybe I did say what you were going to say, Coach. That's all I got.
Let me, you know what, just to piggyback on that, Tommy, a good question to ask somebody when they're telling you their problems. You know, man, listen, I've been dealing with such and such. I've been having these headaches. I've been gaining weight. Are you ready to do something about that?
Right. Put them on the
That's
spot.
They're gonna tell you right then and there if you got a sale coming.
That's
ready
good.
to
I
do
like that.
something about that? You know, I hear you have these problems. Are you ready to do something about that?
Yeah.
All right. So that being said, we're going to get ready to end our call tonight. For those of you that are on live, do not leave. I got something I want to say. But for those of you watching the recording, if there is a recording, I hope you gain something from tonight. And if not, well, come back next week. You'll gain something from it then. But no, in all seriousness, appreciate y'all joining us. God bless you guys. Do me a favor. Have a great night, day, afternoon, whenever you're watching this on purpose. And we'll see you on the next edition of the Coach is Gonna Call. My name is Sonic Jones, and I am Rosalind, baby boy. God bless you guys. Have a great day.